Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons is a 2013 adventure game developed by Starbreeze Studios. What sets Brothers apart from other adventure games is that there is no combat. Instead, the whole game is based around solving puzzles. That being said, Brothers has been heralded by games industry press everywhere as being a pinnacle of storytelling. So what exactly makes this game so special? The game's premise is simple. A father is dying, and it is up to his two sons to embark on an epic journey to find a cure. The player controls both brothers on one controller, the big brother with the left side of the controller, and the little brother with the right side of the controller. Gameplay consists of overcoming obstacles which require the coordination of both brothers and the player to surpass. Both brothers have different abilities. For example, the little brother can fit through small cracks, and the big brother can swim. What makes this game so brilliant is the game's control scheme. Having the player control both brothers at once, while the brothers are doing separate tasks, is not only a real brain exercise, but also mechanically conveys to the player a sense of teamwork so strong that it is as if the player was witnessing real siblings working together. Examples include working together to escape a ravenous dog, or returning hatchlings to a mother. Or even saving a man from taking his own life. In this scene, the brothers must coordinate their swings to make it to safety. On the controller, this is done by repetitive motion, which is meant to simulate what the brothers are experiencing, and it works very well, because after a while the process becomes a bit tiring on the hands. The game is successfully able to make the player feel as if they're actually the one doing the swinging, but without making the process too grueling or annoying to stop it from being fun. Brothers has a certain charm to it that doesn't just come from aspects which other games in the genre share. The player witnesses some pretty breathtaking views of the journey, but other games also have breathtaking views. Brothers has a pretty good soundtrack, but so do other games. Rather, what sets this game apart from others is how beautifully it allows the player to actually physically interact with the world and its characters. Throughout the 4-hour-long journey, it can be easy for the player to inadvertently develop a sort of fondness for the brothers. At this point, the player isn't just playing to complete a video game objective, but rather more so because he or she actually wants to see the brothers succeed for all their hard work. And that is how the climax of the game really hits home. Just when the brothers seem to have succeeded in the quest and are about to return home victorious, the older brother dies. His death is so powerful, not just because of a sad scene, but more so because the game's controls once again succeed in expressing what our characters, or rather the character, is feeling. You see, even though the big brother dies, the controls of the game don't change. The left side of the controller still controls the big brother, but the big brother is no more. Literally half the player's controls now do nothing. This perfectly symbolizes the feeling of loss the younger brother feels upon the death of his best friend. In fact, whenever the player accidentally uses the big brother's controls, or I would even go as far as to say by instinct at this point, not only does nothing come out of the big brother's controls, but the younger brother will actually show signs of sadness. Eventually, the younger brother is confronted with obstacles, which before he had needed help from the older brother to cross, such as a body of water. The younger brother at first feels hopeless, but eventually the player figures out that to cross these obstacles, he or she must once again employ the use of the big brother's controls to aid the younger, even though the big brother isn't actually present. This moment is one of the most profound moments I've ever had in any form of media. Yes, in the story, the younger brother realizes that a part of his deceased sibling will forever remain within him, watching him, guiding him, and that gives him the strength to persevere and make it through these obstacles. But that isn't actually important. What is important is that it is actually the player who finds this strength, not the younger brother in the fake video game world. The game never tells you how to cross the river. It is all up to the player to decide the fate of the younger brother. The player could have easily just given up and left the younger brother on the wrong side of the river for all eternity. Remembering to use the older brother's controls in conjunction with the younger brother's represents not just mourning the loss of loved ones, but also cherishing the good moments you had with them, and bravely moving on with life, stronger than ever before. Through the use of emerging technologies, this is why I think narrative experiences like Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, which take into consideration not just aspects of traditional forms of storytelling, but also game mechanics, which truly engross the player in the world and the character's actions, are some of the strongest and most memorable stories of this generation.